Hey everyone, welcome back to Installation 00 and this most detailed breakdown. Today we will be continuing our look at the respective variants of Mjolnir and discussing their design differences, the lore behind the variants, and the theories on their functionality. In the last couple of videos, looking at the Scout and Recon variants respectively, I asked what variant you'd like me to cover next, and the most commonly asked variant between the two videos is the subject of today's most detailed breakdown. So it is with pleasure I deliver you the Commando variant. As always, since this is a variant breakdown, a lot of the base systems are identical to the various Mjolnir permutations. For full information on the individual generations and permutations of Mjolnir, see the relevant breakdowns as listed in the description. But for now we will look at just the Commando components and their functions as we give them the most detailed treatment. Mjolnir Powered Assault Armor K variant, also known as the Commando class Mjolnir, is a variant of Mjolnir Powered Assault Armor that was originally commissioned by Caleb's Defense Solutions and the Special Warfare Center, designed specifically to aid Spartans in specialized assaults and to increase a Spartan's tactical awareness without the need for the standard set of modular packages that could be attached to all Mjolnir platforms. The Commando variant first debuted with the Mark IV platform as a minor modification to the standard Mark IV armor set, the only directly evident feature being a markedly different helmet from the original, which provided team leaders better tactical awareness of the battlefield and the team over which they were in charge, with additions to be able to communicate more efficiently with other team leaders and tactical command in the field. The Mark IV helmet was most notably worn by Fred 104 during the Battle of Sigma Octanus IV. The Mark V-B variant of Commando was built on the successes of the earlier Mark IV platform and finally came into its own as its own dedicated variant and was notably worn by the Spartan 3 leader of Noble Team, Carter A259. The Commando helmet features a slightly narrower visor than the base variant. However, this doesn't impede situational awareness, as the visor's mixed and augmented reality HUD overlays account for the marginally narrower field of view by displaying additional situational awareness data on the periphery of the HUD, granting the user highly augmented views of the battlefield around them. The helmet is compatible with UNSC battle networks and Colonial Military Alliance battle nets to enable the user to interface and engage in communications with essential personnel and systems, enabling status updates, operational reports, equipment and mission-specific requests and acquisitions, as well as reinforcements and coordination of subordinate troops in the area. This helmet is compatible with the CBRN Chemical, Biological, Radiological and Nuclear Breather System, adding additional protection from toxins and pathogens in the atmosphere, and the Command Network module, which allows users to communicate and synchronize with the UNSC battle network in real time. The connection to the BattleNet can be further enhanced by integrating a hardened uplink to the CNM. It is also compatible with the ANPZY 6011Y Typhon model, which augments the situational images of upper echelon command intelligence analysis. The Typhon module is standard issue to UNSC Special Forces unit commanders. It features two circular sensors and can be worn on either side of the helmet. The Commando helmet could also be up-armoured with the Type B1 up-armour module. The chest of the Commando variant is actually an augmented standard webbing set compatible with the Mark V platform. The Assault Commando chest configuration features additional webbing pouches for ammunition and equipment holstering, a combat knife, additional systems interface devices and a crystal storage and interface matrix, allowing a dumb AI or a fragment of a smart AI to be carried with the Spartan in a time before Mjolnir armor platforms came with a neural interface and superconducting crystalline storage layer as standard. This allowed the dumb AI known as Auntie Dot to have direct fragmented access and line-of-sight analysis capability of the battlefield immediately around Noble Team, on top of her ability to use satellite imagery, security camera control, and a plethora of other systems that could be piggybacked for the sakes of AI-led intelligence gathering, all while her primary suite of servers were housed at a remote location on Planet Reach. The shoulders of the Commando variant are characterised by a large curved plate of armour set on the standard base. It is a notably large pauldron and sits very high on the armour, granting increased protection from flanking attacks. It does limit movement somewhat in the shoulder, but the trade-off in additional protection is ultimately deemed a worthy trade-off. A full range of motion can still be achieved as long as the specific movements that could cause interference and collision of the plates are conducted in the proper manner to rotate the shoulder pauldron clear of the chest. The development of the Gen 2 variant of the Commando was taken over by Naftali Contractor Corporation, which included development of a helmet, torso armour and shoulder pauldrons to be compatible with the Gen 2's more modular design methodology. When Meridian fell during the Human Covenant War, the contracts that had been secured by Caleb's Defense Solutions were absorbed into other companies and corporations that ultimately survived the war. When NCC acquired the Commando variant, they immediately set about the task of innovating the design, circumnavigating the Gen 1 platform's limitations, and making a variant that would be available to a larger number of users, although it still was heavily employed by team leaders. The finished variant only vaguely resembles the original Commando variant, but fulfills a similar role. That being said, a dedicated variant of the Gen 2 platform was developed as a direct reimagining and recreation of the original Commando set from the Gen 1 platform. This variant, called the Noble class Mjolnir, is aesthetically extremely similar to the original, but features many of the quality of life upgrades that came about as a consequence of the new Gen 2 architecture. The helmet now featured hardened BattleNet uplinks and Caleb's latest kinetic mesh networking admin tools. As with many of the more successful variants from earlier platforms, the Commando variant can be upgraded and thereby remains compatible with the newest Gen 3 platform of Mjolnir-powered assault armour, although this cross-core upgrade is limited only to the Commando helmet and pauldrons designed after the original Commando, called the SAP CDO pauldrons. The upgrade to the Gen 3 platform architecture also ensures that the Commando helmet is compatible with all current standard helmet attachment suites, including most command network modules, breathing attachments, and up-armoured modules. Remember, if you want to learn more about the baseline Mjolnir platforms that these variants are compatible with, pop over to the channel and give them a watch. The links are in the description. While you're there, subscribe and hit the little bell icon. That way, when we next put out a most detailed breakdown, you'll be notified the second it hits the shelves. And let me know in the comments what variant you want me to cover next. Until then, thanks for watching. Stick your comments down below, and I look forward to what you have to say. And quick shout outs and thank yous to my patrons: Spartan10148, my devastatingly effective Metarch class ancilla; Silver Spartan, Leon, Ram, Prophet Bear and Irrefutable Justice, my ever-vigilant monitors; the careful tending of Alvin, Andrew, Brian, Cameron, Darian, Devon, Phantom, Flaming Halo, Cabal, Legions Lost, Michael, Spartan0137, the Cave Potato and Wolf Eclipse, my sub-monitors, my growing fleet of Strato Sentinels, and my most loyal of enforcers, and all my awesome Sentinels, Sentries and Constructors who have jumped aboard on Patreon to help support the channel. You have my debt of gratitude. And, as ever, Todd Morrison, my Tier 0 Transcendent YouTube member. Thanks for keeping my installation running on that glorious vacuum energy. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, as it all helps the channel grow and helps me to continue to deliver this kind of content for you guys. And if you're ready for your next steps in evolution, head over to Patreon and become a patron there, or become a YouTube member to attain a higher state of being. Much love to all of you, take it easy everyone, and find peace in the domain.